Father June may have gotten wind that there might be an insurrection coming up, but he did not expect it at that moment.
We did what we did to save the Tong. Because if we keep doing things his way, the Long Zi and the Feng Hai will own us within a year.
I think Assam's in the position where he's going. I think Youngjun, if you rise to power, we'll both rise to power. We can both make changes.
Assam and Youngjun are looking to expand the opium business. Father June refuses to consider a domestic supplier, so that's sort of the breaking point where Youngjun decides it's time to start taking things into his own hands.
I think it's a job that no one can ever be ready for. So I think Youngjun has a legitimate reason to question himself.
It was intentional to show the family ties over the course of this season because the story of America really is the story of one generation doing better than the previous generation. So we wanted to show that with Youngjun and Father June. And Youngjun has his ideas about the future. Father June has his ideas about the future. And they really, come to blows over it.
I knew that we would head there, but I had no idea how it was gonna go down. It's an unbelievably powerful scene, and filming it was incredibly emotional. Seeing Father June walk off, and then walking around and sitting down in the seat, on every single take, it sent shivers down my spine.
While acting on a tip from one of the locals, we discovered the sword in question in this Chinaman's possession. Based on that evidence, we're very certain we've got our man.
Zing is perfectly poised to be the fall guy. Whether or not Bill thinks he really is the swordsman or not is actually irrelevant to Bill. He's just using the power that he has around him in order to get rid of the threat, but also cover up what he's been doing.
With the Feng Hai raid, there are still so many questions. It feels too convenient.
I present to you Sergeant William O'Hara.
Christ.
We made Bill a hero because we knew that wouldn't sit well with the character. Bill knows that he's a little bit corrupt, and he knows that he framed Zing as the swordsman, so the idea of anointing him as a hero is something to just kind of twist the knife in Bill.
In the moments where Bill's being praised, I think the one nagging problem is the fact that Lee knows that Bill essentially manipulated and massaged the whole thing to get himself out of a very sticky situation. He takes the watch back to kind of close the book further, and it just opens up a whole can of worms.
I never imagined I'd be spending the night in a Chinese brothel of all places.
You prefer American brothel?
Atoy is a character who has experienced a lot of pain. And here you have this character, Nellie, whose strength of character could be an oasis for Atoy.
When I think of Atoy's relationship with Nellie, I sort of think of the phrase Clash of the Titans. It's a romance that comes from an ability for Atoy to be vulnerable with Nellie in a way that she just can't be with any other man in Chinatown because it would threaten her place in the hierarchy of power.
In our research for the show, we came across the fact that the Chinese essentially built Sonoma. There were several missionaries in San Francisco at the time, and Nellie is based on this woman named Donaldina, who did go into brothels and try to rescue women.
No pets out. ¿Cuál es el plan?
You're staying too. No more killing. Atoy realizes that she's not the best environment for Lai, and that if Lai stays with her, she's going to continue down a very dark path.
Through turning Lai into a vigilante, she's corrupted her and stolen her innocence, and I think she's desperate to try to help Lai find that again. And in this vineyard, she's hoping she's found a place where she can do that.
When Sophie goes back to Leary, she feels justified in what she did.
I wasn't sure you'd come back.
I guess I couldn't stay away. And that means that when Penny sees her, spots her with Leary, I think there's an element of Sophie that did want to get discovered.
The fact that Sophie would have a relationship with the man who was responsible for our father's death, it's like, what a betrayal, what an extreme abuse of trust. And it feels like Sophie is rebelling. She's kicking out at the world, and it works. Penny just goes, enough.
She just gets told by Penny to get out of the house, which is a huge blow.
Penny, dear.
The fight between Penny, Blake, Sophie, and Jacob, we filmed over a few days because it's such a momentous moment.
I get to punch Blake in the face, and Penny has wanted to punch Blake for so long.
Penny!
It's very messy. It's not a fight between people who know how to fight, which is what we usually see in the show. In terms of my character, seeing her sister being attacked by Blake, all the tension from before is brought under the bridge, and her instinct is, I need to protect my sister.
have a phenomenal stunt department working on this show, and so it was my first experience getting to work with them. Basically did all of the stunts ourselves, and it was really good fun.
The city has already reached a boiling point, and the murder of the mayor is what tips it over the edge.